Big dog boxing, motherfucker. Coming up this weekend on January the 31st from the Madison Square Garden in New York, New York, in the co-main event of the highly anticipated Ring 6 card, undefeated former lightweight world champion Keyshawn Davis will be moving up to face top contender Jamaine Ortiz. And this bout right here, I believe, has the potential to steal the show because Keyshawn Davis has a very fan-friendly, exciting style of fighting. The fight itself is going to be very interesting to watch because both of these guys like being in control. And with Keyshawn Davis, I've always had a hard time trying to describe his fighting style. Because although Keyshawn has an aggressive style of fighting, he's not your typical come forward pressure style of fighter. So much is going on with Keyshawn Davis. It's all the little things that he does that makes his style so disruptive and so unpredictable. For example, let's say Keyshawn throws a jab and misses. He's quick to recover by tying up his opponent, and he won't allow you to counter him. But as soon as the referee breaks the clinch, boom, boom, here comes a quick two-piece from Keyshawn. I'm telling you guys, it's the little things in Keyshawn's game that makes him so dangerous, so subtle, so disruptive. It's the little things that you don't even see. It's the things you miss that makes Keyshawn Davis so dangerous. Like when he's on the inside, he likes roughing guys up, maybe putting a glove in their face or putting his whole damn forearm in their neck to make his opponent lose balance. Even getting his opponent in a headlock. Anything to disrupt anything or any kind of moves that his opponent is trying to make. That's what Keyshawn will do. Yeah. Keyshawn is a very gritty, very ruthless, win by any means type of fighter. And on the other hand, you got the total opposite of that. I mean, the guy's alias or his nickname is the Technician. And when it comes to Jamaine Ortiz, he could do it all. He can box, he can pressure you, counterpunch. He's a switch hitter. He can fight from the southpaw stance or the orthodox stance. So that's why I'm not counting out Jamaine Ortiz completely. The guy has a lot of tools on his tool belt. Jamaine Ortiz, because of his ability to adapt and find opportunities to land combinations of his own, I believe that Jamaine Ortiz might just have the right tools to channel the disruption and the chaos that is Keyshawn Davis. Like when he fought Teofimo Lopez, although the fight was not fan-friendly and boring, he still made things difficult for Teofimo Lopez. He frustrated Lopez. Maybe had he done more, had he been more aggressive in certain points of the fight, the outcome would have been different. The fight between Jamaine Ortiz and Teofimo Lopez, Ortiz found the right tools to present Teofimo Lopez with problems. And those tools were his feet and his range. Now, Jamaine Ortiz is not known for his excruciating power or nothing like that, but he does have enough power to make you respect him. However, the reason I still believe that Keyshawn Davis will be too much for Jamaine Ortiz is I've seen Jamaine Ortiz rocked and dropped by a way smaller opponent than Keyshawn Davis. The opponent's name is Joseph Adorno. If you haven't checked that out, good fight. But yeah, the little guy, Joseph Adorno, he's about 5'5", 5'6", rocked Jamaine Ortiz's shit and dropped him not once, but twice. 2 times. Not to mention Jamaine Ortiz, in all of his step-up fights, he comes up short. In the fight versus Lomachenko, he came up short. And in the fight versus Teofimo Lopez, he doesn't do enough. He comes up short. Sometimes I think that Jamaine Ortiz is one of those fighters that is good enough to compete with the elite top competition, but always seems to come up short on the big stage. It's like he's missing one more gear or something, but that's another reason why I don't have enough confidence in Jamaine Ortiz to pull off this upset versus Keyshawn Davis. But at the same time, Jamaine Ortiz is not weak, and he's no punk. The more and more I think about it, this might turn out to be an ugly-ass fight. Because again, Keyshawn Davis comes in with that rugged, gritty, disruptive style, and Jamaine Ortiz is not afraid to get down and dirty either. When I first learned about Keyshawn Davis, the businessman, he was all business. I think he was Only in his sixth or seventh fight, he would come into the ring, put on a beautiful display of violence, and then it was on to the next. But as of late, as of here recently, Keyshawn Davis has been looking more and more like a burnout. For example, last year when he was supposed to be defending his WBO world title versus Edwin De Los Santos, but then he comes in overweight. He comes in 4.3 pounds overweight. He was supposed to come in at 135, but he came in at 139.3 pounds, and he was forced to drop his WBO world strap. I thought to myself, you're supposed to be the businessman. There's nothing business savvy about this. And then to make things worse, in the same event he was supposed to be headlining, he lets all of his fans from Norfolk, Virginia and beyond who bought tickets to come and see him perform. Not only does he let all of his fans down, but then he goes and he attacks Nair Albright, right? He attacks Nair Albright because he beat Keyshawn Davis's brother Kelvin Davis in a fair fight. And then Keyshawn decides to jump the man after he beats Kelvin. It was just a complete crash out and just an embarrassing display by Keyshawn Davis. And then what's fucked up is it gets even worse because Bernie the Boxer exposes Keyshawn Davis by letting the world know that Keyshawn actually missed weight on purpose, and Keyshawn never even planned on making the weight. By Bernie the Boxer exposing this information of Keyshawn Davis never having the intention of making weight for the Edwin De Los Santos fight, this makes this a flat out duck, straight up. Keyshawn Davis's Call of Duty butt buddy Shakur Stevenson must have told him that Edwin De Los Santos guy, he hits really hard. And that's why Shakur ran all night from Edwin De Los Santos and would jump 3 feet back every time Edwin would come anywhere near Shakur. Shakur was probably like, don't fight him, Keyshawn. He hits really hard, Keyshawn. Keyshawn Davis was so scared to fight Edwin De Los Santos that he even turned to the bottle and tried to get some liquid courage.
So honest. Like during that camp, I was like going through like a lot of mental struggles, and how I was getting through it was literally just drinking every single day.
Another reason why I don't rule out a potential upset is because this is Keyshawn Davis's first fight without the Bomac camp. That's right. There will be no Bomac, no Bernie the Boxer, no Isaú Dieguez in his corner. So I don't know what Keyshawn Davis is going to look like. I don't even know who Keyshawn Davis's new trainer is for this fight. That's another reason why I don't rule out an upset. On top of all that, considering all I know now about Keyshawn Davis and how he's a burnout, knowing that he drinks alcohol, he does drugs, he misses weight, I don't know how serious he is about his career in boxing. Now, the last reason I think that this fight has potential to be the upset of the year is because of the recent video that Keyshawn uploaded of him celebrating Andy Cruz's recent loss to Raymond Mortaya. When you put that type of energy out in the universe, it has a funny way of finding you and biting you in the ass right back. Karma's a motherfucker. But at the end of the day, in the sport of boxing, it's the fighter and the fighter alone in there. So it's really up to the fighter. And despite of all of his dickhead behavior outside of the ring, Keyshawn Davis is still one hell of a talent and a great fighter. So give me Keyshawn Davis by unanimous decision. Potentially a knockout. But I got Keyshawn Davis for the win, and that's my prediction. But anyways, guys, that's all I have for you on this one. I'll catch you guys on the next one. And you already know. Once again, this has been your boy, Big O Dog, boxing in the mouth, this bitch.